What's good, everybody? How y'all doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Family's good. Hope y'all enjoying y'all day and night. Now, in today's video, I'm installing BC Racing BR coilovers on a 2016 Honda Accord Sport. We're gonna start with the fronts. The fronts are a little more difficult than the backs, and the reason for that is all these little components you see here. So, before we get to removing your stock shock, we gotta go through a little bit of things. Gotta remove this. You gotta remove this bolt right here, because that bar right here is connected to this, and this is going bye-bye, and you're gonna reattach all of that to your new one. So that's gotta come off. This bar right here, this gotta come off. And to make life easier, you're gonna want to take this bolt out and to loosen this up. You're gonna see there's a little pin. This little pin right there, right here. You're gonna want to pull that out. It's bended. It's purposely bended like that. So you're gonna unbend this, pull this pin out, and then loosen this bolt. And once you loosen that bolt, you're gonna push this out, and that's gonna allow you to move this whole thing without a problem bringing more down. Because to take this out, once you loosen this bolt right in the back right there, that opens up. That opens this whole thing up. And then you're gonna hammer this down and try to pop this up. Once this pop up, loosen the top, and bing bada boom, that's how you drop it. Now, for this bolt right here, I loosened it a little bit already to make my life easier. It's like an Allen key thread with a bolt on it. Majority of the times what happens is when you loosen this bolt, that's gonna twist at the same time. It's very annoying. So you gotta put like an Allen key piece in there at the same time while twisting this. And the way that I did that, I basically used a piece like this that goes to my drill. See, it goes like that. Put it in there, and then it twists. That's how you pop this piece out. Let me try to give you a little example. You put it in there. It's probably gonna fall out. Yeah, it's not gonna stay until I hammer it in, but this is what you're gonna use. Something like this. You're gonna push it in there, and with a socket or an adjustable like mine, I got something a little different. And see, it goes right through. You can see right through it. So what I did is I put it there like that, like so, and then I put that piece right through the middle to hold that screw. And that's how I got this bolt out. Yeah, it's a pain, but that's the process to take this out right here. All right, everything's out, everything's out. So once you get all these things out that I told you guys about, this is what it looked like. This piece right here came from here. You gotta pull that out because it's attached to this. Remember, this is going bye-bye, so I gotta come off. So that's how it looks. Once you take it off, it goes right in that part, and then boom, slides right out easily. You don't gotta touch the bottom one. Leave the bottom one alone. And then this one right here goes right here. Remember where I said there was a pin? This is the pin right here. See? I unbended it, made it straight, and then pushed it out. I put like a little needle right in the middle of the loop, so that way I could pull it while hammering it from this side and poke that out. And that's what it looked like. And that's basically in the middle of this bolt right here. There's a little hole. Let me see if I could show you guys. Right there. See that hole? That's where this will go back into, and then you unbend it again. All right, once that is done, one thing I forgot to tell y'all, when you do take all these things off, if you want to be extra safe, this is a sensor. You want to pull that out from here. I didn't mention that. Pull that out from there. It's just a little side pin. You just, push it in and pull it out. And then right here, it's a little rubber boot that's going to be hooked to this right here. It's going to look like this. Just like that. And all you're going to do is wiggle it out. No force it. Don't do anything that you don't need to do. Just wiggle it, wiggle it, wiggle it, wiggle it until it comes out. This is an important piece. It's a sensor, like I said. You don't want to mess that up and move that to the back. Now that all that is loose, remember, you got to push this out. So I got to bring this out of here. But before I do any of that, you're going to go to your hood and you're going to remove these 3 bolts. Once that's out, that's it. Everything's loose. Everything is loose. All you got to do is get this out of here, out of this arm. And that's it. You put the new one. Alrighty, let's get that off. Alright, so I got an update for you guys. Once everything was done, and I told you, it's just gotta pull it out. Yeah, it wasn't that simple. I'm gonna give y'all a little tip, something that could help y'all a lot. So, even with everything off, pushing this down, trying to pull it out, it wasn't enough clearance. I really recommend, if you do tackle this, get a spring compression tool. That's this right here that you see on my spring. Basically what it does is, these little loops is gonna go right on your spring, and then you're gonna tighten it. Clamp this as much as you possibly could to get the clearance. I still can't get it out, believe it or not. So what I did was, I used a Dremel, and I cut off one link, which is the one you see right here. I'm not even lying. Chopped it off. And what that's gonna do is drop the whole spring. And it's just gonna make it so much easier, so much faster to pull off. Instead of you going through the other route, which people do, they take this part off, and this whole rotor comes off your axle. If you wanna do it my way, and you're not using this, and you don't care about it because you're upgrading it, cut the spring. It's gonna make your job so much quicker and easier. Trust me when I tell y'all that. Dremel, metal blade cutter, with your spring clamp compression. I'll put the links in the description for this and a Dremel that you can use. But definitely recommend it if you want to make this job so much easier, guys. For any spring that's just giving you a headache, I will probably go down that route. Some people may disagree with me, but for me personally, with the tools I got, since I don't have everything yet, that was my option and it worked beautifully for me. But yeah. All right, now that that's all done, I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna use this Brillo, and I'm gonna clean that up. That way, the metal to metal won't get stuck the way this one was. Now I'll go through that head again. All right, that's done. Smooth, clean. That's not gonna come off, but it's all right. And here goes the new one. Still haven't adjusted it, just like the backs. But now you guys can see the difference from the front and the back. But yeah, that's it. You just come up here, bolt it on. It's not tightened yet. Just have it ready. And there you go, easy and peasy. You can set this up, tighten that up or adjust it, all from right here. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Alrighty, y'all. So I made a mistake here. I'm gonna make sure I let you guys know before I post this video. This part right here, which is where your coilover, your suspensions to your front, you wanna make sure it's facing the way you see now. Just like this. And you're gonna see that I had it facing at like an angle, like I believe it was like this. The screws is facing this way if I'm not mistaken, but it should be like this. And the reason for that is, this is your camber, your positive and negative camber for your front wheel to where it goes like this or like this. So this controls that. And the other way I had it, your suspension would have been moving that way or this way. That's not how it goes. This is how it goes. This is the correct way. So make sure when you put it, it looks just like this. That's how it should be. Alrighty, y'all. And if you do want to make that mistake, it's not a big deal. All you got to do is loosen these 3 bolts. This one right here, that one right there, and that one right there. Obviously lift the car first and the wheels off, and just get enough clearance to where these 3 bolts come out from the bottom to where you could just turn the plate. You don't got to remove everything. You just remove the bolts, enough clearance to where the bolts is out, and you could turn the plate to its right position. That's it, simple as that. All right, y'all, front ones are done. Yes sir, front ones are done. Everything's back in place. Everything you see me take off, all you're doing is basically transferring it right to this one and putting it right back on. See, pin is back on, bolt's back on. Big bolt in the back right there. It's on. The sensor wire, clicked it back. The rubber boot, pushed it back. This right here, put it back. This one right here, the bolt that I told you with the Allen key piece, put it back, which was the arm. And that's it, everything's on. And that's the process to put it on the front. BC Racing BR coilovers. 2016 Honda Accord Sport. It's a beauty.